guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another reading vlog where I'm going to be blindly picking my TBR. So as you guys know, if you've watched the first two episodes, or one, I feel like we've just done one episode of this year, I have a bunch of books wrapped up. I think we have about 18 left. I think I did 20. So yeah, I've got tons of books here, all wrapped up in different wrapping paper, and this year I decided to wrap up my highest and lowest rated books according to Goodreads. So it's a little bit riskier. We've got a kind of mix of, you know, highly rated books, lowly rated books, but also some of the lowly rated ones are the ones I'm more interested in, which is super exciting. So normally I'll do a random number generator and then I will do just one that I've picked, but because I generated in my TBR video, I had to generate a random book of my whole TBR, and the one I generated was One Dark Window, which is wrapped up in this video. What I wanted to do was basically to try and see if I can unwrap that. We'll see. So I don't know which is which. They are all numbered, but I will not be taking that into consideration. I don't want to cheat or anything. So I'm just going to run through and try and find it and unwrap it just off like size, I guess. So without further ado, I mean, I really don't know. I can't quite remember how long it was. I'm going to be unwrapping two, so like that could be a potential. This is a potential. This one I think is a little bit too short, so I'm going to exclude that. These three kind of all could be. These two feel too short. This one's another potential as well. That one seems a little bit too short. That's a potential. These are the options we have left. So I have two chances to get it. I think, oh god, oh no, I've just dropped them everywhere. These two are screaming out as a little bit too long, so I'm going to exclude those. I mean, I hope I'm right. God, these are our remaining options. They could all be it. I think I'm just going to have to pick one. Oh, I really don't know. I thought I'd have less options. This one, is this a bit longer? Oh god, I think I'm just going to have to pick. It's not a big deal if I don't get it. For some reason, this one in the middle here is calling out to me, so I might try that one. We'll see. I mean, I really have no idea. What number is this? Number 16. Okay, who knows? I'll let you guys see it first. Oh, is this correct? So that'll be the front of the book, is it? Yes! Oh my god, I'm so happy. I was not showing you the right side, but hopefully you can gather from this. Oh my god, guys, I cannot believe we got that straight away. Like, considering like they're also similar, and especially I was picking between two others that had the same wrapping. Oh my goodness, well done to me. I've done really well though. I'm very impressed with myself. I did not think that I was going to be able to get it first try, at least. I mean, it was such a risk even getting in this video whatsoever, but yeah, we have One Dark Window unwrapped, so that's what we're going to be reading, and then I have a full free pick for the next one. So I mean, I might as well do it randomly generated actually. I mean, I wasn't going to because I thought I'd be trying to get this twice, but we might as well do a random one, so I think we'll do that. This was also a higher rated one, so that was number 16. I will remove that from my random wheel, so I'm removing 16, and one of the ones I picked last month hasn't been removed off here, but I mean, we'll figure out if that's the one that we roll. So we have a number, what is that? 15. Okay, we just had 16. What is 15? Oh my god, okay, it must have been the one that we generated last month. Great, that was all for nothing, so at least now we know what's blocked off. So this is what we will actually be reading this month. We have 3. Okay, did I just put down 3? Yes, 3 is this one. Ooh, interesting, a very short one. I think the short ones were kind of tended to be lowly rated, but we'll see what it is. What is this? Oh, feels shiny. My guess is that this is Fish Swimming in Dappled Sunlight. Yes. Okay, interesting. This is like one of the lowest rated, but I've had it on my TBR for a while. I was really excited about it actually. I believe it's like a mystery and it's been translated from Japanese, I believe. It is basically kind of like a suspense type of book. It's won Guardian Best Mystery Novel of the Year, and yeah, I'm super excited for this one. So we have 2 very exciting books for me, and excitingly we have a top pick and a lower pick for my Goodreads TBR. So the last 2 for this video were both lower, so now we have one lower and one upper, so we can see what I think. And yeah, nice and short, so this is what I needed, and a nice quick read will be great. So yeah, I am super excited about these picks, and yeah, I think I'll probably get into this one first, just 'cause it's on my TBR for this month, and yeah, I will catch up with you when I'm reading one of these. Okay, so hello everybody, welcome to the first update. I know it's a couple seconds for you, but it has been a long while for me. I am starting off with One Dark Window, and I'm now about 60% of the way through. It looks like a lot more, but on the audiobook it does say 60%. So I tried to pick this up, I read a couple of chapters chapters and I just wasn't really feeling it, but I decided to pick it up via audiobook because I got my credits renewed on Spotify, so I'm making the most of that, and I got this pretty much through exclusively listening to the audiobook, and I am enjoying it, but it's just okay. Like, it's just fine. To me, my main thing is that I feel like nothing has happened and we're so much through the book. We're kind of like nearing the 70% mark. I feel like we're like in the final third of the book, but somehow nothing has happened. I feel like everything that has happened in this 60% of the book, she has been to a party and she's met some people, and like now she's doing some tasks with these people. Like, that is quite literally all that has happened, and I feel like we should be at maybe, with what's happened, the 40% mark. I don't know how it's dragged on so long, but also it does feel fast paced, so it's not an issue of like the story dragging for ages. It's just me being like, where is the plot, like what's actually happened? And I enjoy the magic system, I enjoy like that aspect of it, that's fine. I feel like I understand that you need some setup at the start, but I feel like it really could have been more concise down, because what I feel like was meant to be like a really kind of key moment in the middle, I guess, like a more high stakes type of situation, but it didn't firstly feel like that to me, and secondly that felt like more of a like opening type first, like inciting situation, if that makes sense. So like something that would be about 20% of the way through. So yeah, for some reason just like the pacing feels really weird to me. I do enjoy the characters. I'm not oversold on the romance at all so far. I don't know if it's meant to be. I've just realising that I've never read the blurb of this book looking at it now, but I don't know anything crazy about the romance. It seems fine. I think it is meant to be a very much subplot, but we've got like no romance vibes so far. The stakes in here kind of feel very, very low. I don't think they should, but they do feel very low to me. Something that I'm also disappointed by, I don't know whether this was the wrong expectations, but as soon as you tell me that someone has a voice in their head, I'm thinking of Venom. And Venom is one of my favourite movies, and Venom, what I love about it is it was so funny, and I feel like there was, I know the nightmare and this is meant to be scary, I don't think he is, like he doesn't come across that way to me, and I feel like there was such a strong opportunity to make him like a key character and make him funny, and he's just not, and that's something I think we're missing. So overall, like I feel like I don't know the main character, I don't even know many of the side characters all that well, I'm not invested in the stakes of this. Like, it's fine, but I just feel so meh about it. Like, I really do not feel any type of way towards it, so I'm really hoping it picks up. I'm going to try and get through the rest of it via physically reading. I don't know whether that will help me, but yeah, at the moment it's feeling like incredibly meh, like 3-star at best. My favourite thing about it is this cover. I do adore the cover, but yeah, I'm just so perplexed that people love this, people rave about this, and it feels so mid to me for some reason. Maybe I don't like the royal type of side of it, but like she's not really involved. That was only really at the start, so yeah, I'm not really sure. I really need to continue reading it, and then we'll get some solid thoughts at the end, hopefully. So yeah, I will see you then. Okay, hi guys, welcome back. Long time no chat. Well, actually no, that's so not true. I literally spoke to you like 2 days ago, but I ended up finishing One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and she was okay. So I was very much disappointed by this, and then the last 50 pages, they kind of picked up a lot, and I got a lot more sucked into the romance. I think if you've read it, after the chalice scene, I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of feeling the vibes, and that was when I was reading physically, so I do think that helped a little bit, but overall I wasn't oversold on this. Unfortunately for me, the plot in here felt a little bit juvenile in just like the way things were paced, the way conversations were had. It read like a little bit simplistic to me, if that makes sense. Overall, I really did like the magic system. I think that was my favorite thing within here, but besides that, I just felt a little bit disappointed. I feel like for me, I was expecting a lot from the nightmare. I don't think it reached its potential. I know the author was very much trying to keep a spooky atmosphere, but I think a funny nightmare would have made the book. Like if it was more Venom than what it became, I know that like that wouldn't have probably fit with the vibes, but like I just think that would have made the book 10 times better. And I can't lie, the little rhymes and the little poems made me cringe every single time. Like I just found it so cringy. Like the nightmare pretty much always speaks in like a little poem. There's like a little one at the start of every book, and like they were cringe. I didn't think they sounded good, and I think they like really took me out of it, and I was like, this is like embarrassing. Like I feel like this is like some kind of little bit that you would write in maybe like year 6 English or something like that. Like it just really didn't work for me, that part specifically. The romance, again, like I mentioned, I really wasn't sold on it. I felt like nothing towards them until the last like 50 pages, like I mentioned. So yeah, this was a little bit disappointing to me. However, I have been told that the second book is very good, so I would consider picking up that because it is just a duology. I also believe it follows different characters, and if it follows, who is it, Elm or Emery, I can't remember which one's which, but if it follows one of them, I would be intrigued. So if you've read the sequel and you also agree that it's better, please let me know and I might pick it up. We will see. I'm unsure whether to add this to my series spreadsheet yet. I'll have a little think and see what you guys tell me about the sequel and do a little bit of research. But yeah, overall it was cool, but like I think the potential and the idea was better than the execution in my personal opinion. So I decided to give this a 3.5, I believe. So then moving on to our second book, which was Fish Swimming in Dappled Sunlight. I actually got halfway through this while I'm on page like 98 out of like 204, so pretty much bang on halfway through. I also don't know whether I gave you a plot. I literally don't think I ever gave you a plot of this, but we are basically following Elspeth, who is in a world where some people do have magic and they get it after having an infection, but the king is trying to basically kill everyone who has magic because obviously like they would challenge his power. All of the magic is directly related to Providence cards, and there are 12 different types, all that have like different powers. There's like a mist outside the town that like you can't step in, and it like engulfs the town and like surrounds it to make it all feel very small and atmospheric. And basically the more Providence cards you have, like the more power you have, stuff like that type of vibe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for a really bad explanation. I wasn't like in it enough to like be able to like fully explain it well, I think. But this one is also a little bit of a weird one. Obviously very short. This is translated from Japanese. This is about, okay, I'm gonna read the blurb because I don't know how much to give away, but it is set in the course of one night where Aki and Hiro are spending one last night in their flat together. So they went a year before on like a mountain trek where their guide died, and they each believe that the other person did it. So we're finding out a lot of kind of details about them, like their relationship, things that like led up to that moment and stuff. And it's interesting so far, although on the back it says, in the battle of wills between them, the chain of events leading up to this night are gradually revealed in a gripping psychological thriller that keeps the reader in suspense until the very end. I'm not getting that vibe at all. It's reading very boring at the moment, I can't lie. Like, I'm not intrigued, but like it is not gripping in any way. There is no like, I don't feel like there's any main like other little bits that I'm interested in besides like, oh, what happened to the guy. Like, we're revealing more information about them and things like that, but like I'm not feeling, you know, this doesn't feel like a thriller, and it doesn't feel like a gripping psychological thriller. Is absolutely not what I would call this book. Like maybe like a character study type of thing. Like, this is nowhere near a psychological thriller. I cannot emphasize that enough. The pace feels very slow. There don't really feel like there's any stakes at all at the moment. And again, I'm halfway through, so I'll finish this evening. I need to, because I need to finish this book, edit this video, edit another video before I go to Morocco at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So that's fun. Yeah, I'll finish this off tonight. I really hope that like the second half just gets a little bit batshit, like really like balls to the wall, like picks up pace. But we will see. At the moment it's very mid, but I'm glad that it's a nice quick read. You know, the worst thing it could have done is like padded this out to be 300 pages when it doesn't need to. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when I have made more progress. Hey guys, so it's actually the day that you're seeing this, which is 2 days late by accident, sorry, oops. I ended up not quite finishing off Fish Swimming in Dappled Sunlight that evening, so I had to finish it on my way to Morocco, and then I didn't end up filming or editing anything when I was there because I was away on holiday. So sorry for the late video, but I hope you guys don't mind. So overall thoughts, I ended up giving it a 2-star. I was really disappointed by this. I definitely think I probably should have DNF'd it, to be honest. I just didn't find it interesting, and I was really hoping that it was going to pick up towards the end, and that just didn't happen. I feel like with the discovering of the mystery, it was just one character being like, I think that actually maybe this happened, and then they're like, ah, I'm glad we figured that out now. It's like there's no obviously investigatory aspect because they're just spending one night there, but it's literally just one character like having thoughts and being like, I think this would add up, and then that would mean that this happens, and that would mean that that happens, and then that's all of our problems solved. And it's just like, what? Because surely, one, you could have had these realizations at another point, and secondly, that's the most boring book ever because there's no reason to, you know, jump to these conclusions. I feel like you're making one big jump and then you're basing everything else off of that conclusion. It's just really bizarre. The relationships between the characters were very weird, and overall it felt very boring. For a 200-page book, it dragged a lot. There was no gripping element, there was no thrilling element. It was like very boring. So yeah, definitely should have DNF'd, but I think because it was for a 2-book vlog I didn't really want to. But yeah, this was like incredibly like bad. I just gave it a 2 stars. I don't know how it's won prizes. Like, I understand why it's got such a low rating on Goodreads. Like, in my opinion, this was potentially maybe the worst book I've read so far this year. It was just so dull. That's the thing, like the writing was fine, it was just so boring, and it was like, what was the point of this story? Like, what was the point of this book? How did it get published? It's saying nothing. It's just so dull. So yeah, that really wasn't it for me, unfortunately. And I don't like ending the video off on a bad note, but unfortunately it was one. It was quite bad, I won't lie. I've already put it on my bookshelves, so that's why I'm not holding up the books now. But yeah, to recap, we had a medium read and then kind of a bad read. So not the best of vlogs, but I am excited to have got to One Dark Window because it did have a lot of hype, and then also to have gotten Fish Swimming in Dappled Sunlight off of my TBR because I bought it in 2022, I think, so it's been there for a while. But yeah, a 3.5 in One Dark Window I was pretty happy with. Obviously I had kind of hoped it to be a little bit more up my street, but I think I talked quite a lot in depth about what I thought was missing and what I didn't like, and that was just kind of more personal preference, I guess. But I will potentially, I think, pick up the second one. Fish Swimming in Dappled Sunlight, however, I just didn't enjoy, so that was a 2-star, unfortunately. So yeah, I do really hope you guys still enjoyed this video, although the reviews were a little bit on the more negative side. I'm still going to be continuing on with this series, obviously, and blindly unwrapping my TBR because I have such a fun time doing it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below, hit subscribe and turn the bell to join a little club, and make sure you turn on all notifications, then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. And if you want to watch one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as they load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!